Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to King Lear. I am Pemberton. This is part 2, and it is the descent. The bastard Edmund completes the ruin of his brother Edgar, who must flee for his life and disguise himself as a mad beggar, poor Tom. And Lear, going from one daughter to the other, finds both Goneril and Regan united against him, coldly bargaining down the last shreds of his dignity. How many nights may he keep? Heath. 25. Why any at all? Until the old king, his heart breaking and his wits beginning to turn, rushes out of doors into the night, where the most famous storm in all of drama is breaking over the heath. Watch a king become a beggar, and begin, in his madness, to understand for the first time what it is to be poor and powerless and human. Let us go on.
Edmund and Kieran meet in a court inside Gloucester's castle. Good health to you, Kieran. And to you, sir. I have been with your father and told him that the Duke of Cornwall and Regan, his Duchess, will be here with him tonight. How does that happen? I do not know. Have you heard the news abroad? I mean the whispered news, for as yet it has only passed from ear to ear. Not I. Please, what is it? Have you heard nothing of likely wars coming between the two dukes, Cornwall and Albany? Not a word. Then you may hear of it in time. Farewell, sir. Kieran exits. The Duke will be here tonight? So much the better, best of all. This forces itself neatly into my business. My father has set guards to capture my brother, and I have one risky matter that I must act out. Let speed and fortune help me. Brother, a word. Come down, brother, I say. Edgar enters. My father is watching. Sir, flee this place. Word has been given of where you are hiding, and now you have the advantage of night. Have you not spoken against the Duke of Cornwall? He is coming here now tonight in haste, and Regan with him. Have you said nothing on his side against the Duke of Albany? Think carefully. I am sure of it, not a word. I hear my father coming. Forgive me. To make this trick convincing, I must draw my sword on you. Draw yours. Seem to defend yourself. Now behave bravely. Yield. Come before my father. Light ho here. Fly, brother. Torches, torches. So farewell. Edgar exits. A little blood drawn from me would make them believe I fought more fiercely. He wounds his arm. I have seen drunk men do more than this for sport. Father, father. Stop, stop. No, help. Gloucester enters with servants carrying torches. Now, Edmund, where is the villain? He stood here in the dark, his sharp sword drawn, muttering wicked charms and calling on the moon to favor him. But where is he? Look, sir, I am bleeding. Where is the villain, Edmund? He fled this way, sir, when by no means he could. Pursue him, ho! Go after him. The servants exit. By no means what? Persuade me to murder your lordship. I told him the avenging gods aim all their thunder against those who kill their fathers. I spoke of the many strong bonds that bind a child to a father. In short, sir, seeing how hatefully opposed I was to his unnatural purpose, he came at me in a fury with his ready sword, struck my unprepared body, and caught my arm. But when he saw my awakened courage, bold because the cause was right, rise up to meet him, or perhaps when he was frightened by the noise I made, he suddenly fled. Let him fly far. He shall not remain uncaught in this land, and once found, he shall be dealt with at once. The noble Duke, my master, my worthy chief and patron, comes tonight. By his authority, I will proclaim that whoever finds him shall earn our thanks by bringing the murderous coward to execution. Whoever hides him shall die. When I tried to turn him from his purpose and found him set on doing it, I threatened, with harsh words, to expose him. He answered, "You propertyless bastard, do you think that if I stood against you, any trust, virtue, or worth people place in you would make your words believed? No. Whatever I denied, even this, yes, even if you produced my own handwriting, I would turn it all into your prompting, your plot, and your damned practice. You would have to make the world stupid, if they did not think the profits from my death were strong and obvious spurs driving you to seek it. Oh, strange, hardened villain. Would he deny his own letter, did he say? I never fathered him. A trumpet sounds within. Listen, the Duke's trumpets. I do not know why he comes. I will bar every gate, the villain shall not escape. The Duke must grant me that. Besides, I will send his picture far and near, so all the kingdom may know him properly. And as for my land, loyal and natural boy, I will find the means to make you capable of inheriting it. Cornwall, Regan, and attendants enter. How now, my noble friend? Since I came here, which I can call only just now, I have heard strange news. If it is true, every vengeance that can pursue the offender falls short. How are you, my lord? Oh, madam, my old heart is cracked. It is cracked. What did my father's godson seek your life? The one my father named? Your Edgar? Oh, lady, shame would hide it. Was he not a companion of the riotous knights who attend my father? I do not know, madam. It is too bad, too bad. Yes, madam, he was one of that company. No wonder, then, that he was corrupted. They are the ones who urged him toward the old man's death, so they could enjoy and waste his income. This very evening I have been well informed of them by my sister, and warned so carefully that if they come to stay at my house, I will not be there. Nor I assure you, Regan. Edmund, I hear you have shown your father the duty of a true son. It was my duty, sir. He revealed Edgar's plot and received this wound you see while trying to seize him. Is he being pursued? Yes, my good lord. If he is taken, he shall never again be feared for doing harm. Use my strength, however, you please to carry out your purpose. As for you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience commend themselves so strongly at this moment, you shall be ours. We shall greatly need natures of such deep trust. You are the first we claim. I shall serve you truly, sir, whatever else may happen. For that I thank your grace. Do you know why we came to visit you? Coming thus out of season, threading the dark-eyed night? Matters of some weight, noble Gloucester, require your advice. Our father has written, and so has our sister, about differences between them, which I thought best to answer away from our own home. The several messengers wait here for dispatch. Our good old friend, take comfort to your heart, and give your needed counsel to our business, which requires immediate use. I serve you, madam. Your graces are most welcome. They exit with a flourish. Kent and Oswald enter separately before Gloucester's castle. Good morning to you, friend. Do you belong to this house? Yes. Where may we put our horses? In the mud. Please, if you care for me, tell me. I do not care for you. Then I care nothing for you. If I had you in the pound at Lipsbury, I would make you care for me. Why do you treat me like this? I do not know you. Fellow, I know you. What do you know me as? As a scoundrel, a rascal, a beggar who feeds on scraps, a low, proud, shallow, threadbare, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy, cheap, stockinged knave, a cowardly, loss-loving bastard, mirror-staring, over-obedient, fussy rogue, a trunk-inheriting slave, one who would play the pimp in the name of good service, and is nothing but a mixture of knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch. If you deny the smallest word of that description, I will beat you till you howl. What kind of monstrous fellow are you, to abuse a man who neither knows you nor is known by you? What a brass-faced villain you are, to deny that you know me. Was it not 2 days ago that I tripped up your heels and beat you in front of the king? Draw, you rogue. Though it is night, the moon is shining, and I will make moonshine gravy out of you. Draw, you bastard, barber-setted coward, draw. Kent draws his sword. Away. I have nothing to do with you. Draw, you rascal. You come carrying letters against the king, and you take the side of Vanity's puppet against the royalty of her father. Draw, you rogue, or I will carve your shins into steaks. Draw, you rascal, come on. Help. Murder. Help. Strike, you slave. Stand, rogue, stand. You neat trim slave, strike. Kent beats him. Help. Murder. Murder. Edmund, Cornwall, Regan, Gloucester, and servants enter. What is this? What is the matter? Part them. With you too, young sir, if you please. Come, I will give you your first taste of fighting. Come on, young master. Weapons. Arms. What is the matter here? Keep the peace on your lives. Whoever strikes again dies. What is the matter? They are the messengers from our sister and the king. What is your quarrel? Speak. I can hardly catch my breath, my lord. No wonder, you have spent your courage so busily. You cowardly rascal, nature disowns you. A tailor made you. You are a strange fellow. Can a tailor make a man? Yes, a tailor, sir. A stonecutter or a painter could not have made him so badly, even after only 2 years at the trade. Speak further. How did your quarrel begin? This old ruffian, sir, whose life I spared because of his grey beard. You bastard letters, you unnecessary letter. My lord, if you give me leave, I will grind this unbolted villain into mortar and plaster a privy wall with him. Spare my grey beard, you wagging fool? He, sirrah. You beastly knave, do you know no respect? Yes, sir, but anger has its privileges. Why are you angry? Because such a slave as this should wear a sword when he wears no honesty. Smiling rogues like him, like rats, often bite apart sacred bonds too tightly woven to be untied. They smooth every passion that rebels in their masters' natures. They bring oil to fire and snow to colder moods. They deny, affirm, and turn their calm little beaks with every wind and change of their masters, knowing nothing, like dogs, except how to follow. A plague on your twitching face. Do you smile at my words as if I were a fool? Goose, if I had you on Sarum Plain, I would drive you cackling home to Camelot. What, are you mad, old fellow? How did you fall out? Say that. No opposites hold greater hatred than I in such a knave. Why do you call him knave? What is his fault? I do not like his face. Perhaps you do not like mine either, or his or hers. Sir, it is my trade to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than any that stand on the shoulders I see before me at this moment. This is some fellow who, having once been praised for bluntness, now puts on a saucy roughness and forces a manner quite against his nature. He cannot flatter, no. He has an honest, plain mind and must speak truth. People accept it well, if not, he is only plain. I know these kinds of knaves. In this plainness they hide more craft and more corrupt purposes than 20 foolish bowing servants who stretch their duties neatly. Sir, in good faith and sincere truth, under the allowance of your great presence, whose influence, like the wreath of radiant fire on flickering Phobos's brow. What do you mean by this? I am leaving my usual way of speaking, since you dislike it so much. I know, sir, that I am no flatterer. Whoever deceived you in a plain accent was a plain knave, and for my part I will not be that, though your displeasure should beg me to it. What offence did you give him? I never gave him any. Recently the king, his master, was pleased to strike at me because he misunderstood me. Then this man, joining in and feeding the king's anger, tricked me from behind. When I was down, he insulted me, abused me, and made himself seem such a man that he won the king's praise for attacking someone already overcome. Then, flushed by that dreadful exploit, he drew on me here again. Among such rogues and cowards, even Ajax would be their fool. Bring out the stocks. You stubborn old knave, you reverend braggart, we will teach you. Sir, I am too old to learn. Do not call for your stocks for me. I serve the king, and I was sent to you on his business. You will show little respect, and too bold a malice against the grace and person of my master, if you put his messenger in the stocks. Bring out the stocks. As I have life and honor, he shall sit there until noon. Until noon? Until night, my lord, and all night too. Why, madam, if I were your father's dog, he should not treat me so. Sir, since you are his knave, I will. The stocks are brought out. This is a fellow of the very same color our sister spoke of. Come, bring the stocks here. Let me beg your grace not to do this. His fault is great, and the good king his master will punish him for it. The low correction you intend is the sort used on the basest and most despised wretches for thefts and common trespasses. The king must take it badly that he is valued so lightly in his messenger, and has him restrained like this. I will answer for that. My sister may take it far worse to have her gentleman abused and assaulted for carrying out her business. Put in his legs. Kent is put in the stocks. Come, my good lord, away. All leave except Gloucester and Kent. I am sorry for you, friend. It is the Duke's pleasure, and all the world knows his temper will not be rubbed against or stopped. I will plead for you. Please do not, sir. I have kept watch and travelled hard. I shall sleep through part of this and whistle through the rest. A good man's fortune may wear out at the heels. Good morning to you. The Duke is to blame in this. It will be taken badly. Gloucester exits. Good king, you must prove the common saying true. You have come out of heaven's blessing into the warm sun. Come, beacon of this lower world, so that by your comforting beams I may read this letter. Almost nothing sees miracles except misery. I know it is from Cordelia, who has most fortunately learned of my hidden course, and who will find time, from this monstrous state of affairs, to seek remedies for losses. All weary and overwatched, take your advantage, heavy eyes, and do not look on this shameful lodging. Fortune, good night. Smile once more, turn your wheel. Kent sleeps. Edgar enters in the open country. I heard myself proclaimed a traitor, and by the fortunate hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No harbor is open to me, no place where guards and extraordinary watchfulness are not waiting to seize me. While I can escape, I will preserve myself. I have decided to take on the lowest, poorest shape that misery, in contempt of mankind, ever brought close to a beast. I will smear my face with filth, wrap my loins in a blanket, tangle all my hair into knots, and by showing near nakedness defy the winds and the punishments of the sky. The countryside gives me example and proof in Bedlam beggars, who, with roaring voices, stick pins, wooden skewers, nails, and sprigs of rosemary into their numb and deadened bare arms. With this horrible sight, from poor farms, wretched villages, sheepfolds and mills, sometimes with mad curses and sometimes with prayers, they force people to charity. Poor Turligod. Poor Tom. That is something still. Edgar is nothing. Edgar exits. Before Gloucester's castle. Kent is in the stocks. Lear enters with the fool and a gentleman. It is strange that they should leave home like this and send no answer back with my messenger. As I understand it, the night before, they had no intention of making this move. All hail to you, noble master. What? Do you make this shame into a joke? No, my lord. Ha ha. He is wearing cruel garters. Horses are tied by the head, dogs and bears by the neck, monkeys by the waist, and men by the legs. When a man has too much liveliness in his legs, he gets wooden stockings for the lower half of him. Who has so mistaken your rank that he set you here? Both he and she, your son and daughter. No. Yes. No, I say. I say yes. No, no. They would not. Yes, they have. By Jupiter, I swear they have not. By Juno, I swear they have. They dared not do it. They could not, would not do it. It is worse than murder to commit such a violent outrage against one who deserves respect. Tell me with all proper haste how you could have deserved this treatment, or how they could impose it on you when you came from me. My lord, when I delivered your highness's letters to them at their house, before I had even risen from kneeling in duty, a sweating post arrived, overheated by haste, half breathless, panting out greetings from Goneril, his mistress. He delivered letters, cutting across all ceremony, and they read them at once. On the strength of what they contained, They called up their household, mounted immediately, commanded me to follow and wait for their answer at their leisure, and gave me cold looks. Then meeting here the other messenger, whose welcome I saw had poisoned mine, the very fellow who lately behaved so insolently toward your highness, I had more manhood than wisdom in me and drew my sword. He raised the house with loud, cowardly cries. Your son and daughter judge that offense worthy of the shame I suffer here. Winter is not gone yet, if the wild geese fly that way. Fathers who wear rags make their children blind, but fathers who carry money bags will see their children kind. Fortune, that brazen whore, never turns the key for the poor. But for all this, you will have as many pains from your daughters as you can count in a year. Oh, how the swelling passion rises toward my heart. Hysterical passion, stay down, climbing grief, your place is below. Where is this daughter? With the Earl, sir, here inside. Do not follow me. Stay here. Lear exits. Did you give no more offense than what you have described? None. How does it happen that the king comes with so small a company? If you had been put in the stocks for asking that question, you would have deserved it well. Why, fool? We will send you to school to an aunt, to teach you that there is no laboring in winter. All who follow their noses are led by their eyes, except blind men, and there is not 1 nose in 20 that cannot smell a man who stinks. Let go your hold when a great wheel runs downhill, or it will break your neck as you follow it, but when the great wheel goes uphill, let it draw you after. When a wise man gives you better counsel, give me mine back. I would have none but rogues follow it, since a fool gives it. The gentleman who serves and seeks only gain, and follows only for show, will pack up when it starts to rain and leave you in the storm. But I will stay. The fool will remain and let the wise man fly. The rogue turns fool by running away. The fool is no rogue truly. Where did you learn this, fool? Not in the stocks, fool. Lear and Gloucester enter. They refuse to speak with me. They are sick. They are tired. They have traveled all night. Empty excuses, signs of rebellion and withdrawal. Bring me a better answer. My dear lord, you know the Duke's fiery nature, how immovable and fixed he is in his own course. Vengeance. Plague. Death. Confusion. Fiery? What nature? Why, Gloucester, Gloucester, I would speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife. Well, my good lord, I have told them so. Told them? Do you understand me, man? Yes, my good lord. The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father would speak with his daughter. Commands, duty, service. Are they told of this? My breath and blood. Fiery? Fiery Duke? Tell the hot Duke that no, not yet. Perhaps he is unwell. Illness often neglects the duties that health is bound to perform. We are not ourselves when nature is oppressed and commands the mind to suffer with the body. I will hold back, and I quarrel with my own too. Hasty will for taking an indisposed and sickly fit as if it were the healthy man himself. Lear looks at Kent. Death on my royal state. Why should he sit here? This act convinces me that the Duke and his wife's removal is only a scheme. Release my servant. Go tell the Duke and his wife that I would speak with them now, at once. Tell them to come out and hear me, or I will beat the drum at their chamber door until it cries sleep to death. I wish all may be well between you. Gloucester exits. Oh me, my heart, my rising heart. But down. Cry to it, uncle, as the cook did to the eels when she put them alive into the pastry. She knocked them on the heads with a stick and cried, Down, wantons, down. It was her brother who, out of pure kindness to his horse, buttered its hay. Cornwall regan Gloucester and servants enter. Good morning to you both. Hail to your grace. Kent is set at liberty. I'm glad to see your highness. Regan, I think you are. I know what reason I have to think so. If you were not glad, I would divorce myself from your mother's tomb, as if it held an adulteress. Oh, are you free? We will speak of that another time. Beloved Regan, your sister is wicked. Oh, Regan, she has fastened sharp, toothed unkindness here, like a vulture. Lear points to his heart. I can hardly speak to you. You will not believe what a depraved nature, O Regan. Please, sir, be patient. I hope you understand less of what she deserves than she does of how to limit her duty. What do you mean by that? I cannot think my sister would fail in the least in her obligation. If, sir, she has restrained the disorder of your followers, it was on such grounds, and for such a wholesome purpose, that it clears her of all blame. My curse is on her. Oh, sir, you are old. Nature in you stands at the very edge of her limits. You should be ruled and led by someone with judgment who understands your condition better than you do yourself. Therefore, I ask you to return to our sister and say you have wronged her, sir. Ask her forgiveness. Just see how well this suits the dignity of the house. Dear daughter, I confess that I am old. Lear kneels. Age is useless. On my knees I beg that you will grant me clothing, bed, and food. Good sir, no more. These are ugly antics. Return to my sister. Lear rises. Never again. She has cut away half my train, looked darkly on me, struck me with her tongue serpent-like at the very heart. Let all the stored-up vengeances of heaven fall on her ungrateful head. You harmful airs strike her young bones with lameness. Shame, sir, shame. You nimble lightning bolts, shoot your blinding flames into her scornful eyes. You fog sucked up from the marsh by the powerful sun, infect her beauty, fall on her and blast her pride. O blessed gods! You will wish the same on me when the rash mood takes you. No, Regan, you shall never have my curse. Your tender-hearted nature will not give you over to harshness. Her eyes are fierce, but yours give comfort and do not burn. It is not in you to begrudge my pleasures, to cut off my train, to exchange sharp words, to reduce my allowances, and finally to bar the door against my coming in. You know better the duties of nature, the bond of childhood, the effects of courtesy, and the debts of gratitude. You have not forgotten the half of the kingdom with which I endowed you. Good sir, come to the point. Who put my man in the stocks? A trumpet sounds within. What trumpet is that? I know it. It is my sister's. This confirms her letter that she would soon be here. Oswald enters. Has your lady come? This man is a servant, whose shallow borrowed pride depends on the unstable favor of the woman he follows. Get out of my sight, rascal. What does your grace mean? Who put my servant in the stocks? Regan, I have good hope that you did not know about it. Who is coming here? Oh heavens! Goneril enters. If you love old men, if your gracious power honors obedience, if you yourselves are old, make this your own cause. Come down from heaven and take my side. Goneril, are you not ashamed to look on this white beard? Oh Regan, will you take her by the hand? Why should I not take her by the hand, sir? How have I offended you? Not everything that impatience notices, and old age calls wrong, is truly an offense. Oh my sides, you are too strong. Will you still hold together? How did my man come to be in the stocks? I put him there, sir. His disorderly conduct deserved a far lower promotion than that. You? Did you? Father, I beg you, since you are weak, show that you are weak. Until your month is ended, return and stay with my sister, dismissing half your train. Then come to me. I am away from home now and lack the supplies that would be needed to entertain you properly. Return to her and dismiss 50 men? No. I would rather renounce every roof and choose to battle against the hostility of the open air, to keep company with the wolf and the owl in sharp necessity. Return with her? I could sooner be brought to kneel before hot-blooded France, who took our youngest daughter without a dowry, and beg like a servant for a pension to keep the slow life going. Return with her? Persuade me instead to be the slave and pack-horse of this hated groom. Lear points to Oswald. As you choose, sir. I beg you, daughter, do not drive me mad. I will not trouble you, my child. Farewell. We will meet no more, see one another no more. Yet you are my flesh, my blood, my daughter, or rather, you are a disease in my flesh, which I am forced to call my own. You are a boil, a plague sore, a swollen carbuncle in my corrupted blood. But I will not scold you. Let shame come when it will, I do not summon it. I do not ask the thunder-bearer to strike you, nor tell tales about you to high, judging Jove. Improve when you can, become better at your leisure. I can be patient. I can stay with Regan, I am my 100 knights. Not exactly so. I did not expect you yet, nor am I prepared to welcome you as you deserve. Listen, sir, to my sister. Those who mix reason with your passion must be allowed to think you old, and therefore but she knows what she is doing. That well said? I will answer for it, sir. What, 50 followers? Is that not enough? Why should you need more? Or even so many, since both cost and danger argue against so great a number? How can many people in one house under 2 commands live peacefully together? It is hard, almost impossible. Why could you not, my lord, be attended by those she calls servants, or by mine? Why not, my lord? They happen to neglect you, we could control them. If you will come to me for now, I see a danger. I ask you to bring only 25. I will make room and provision for no more. I gave you everything. And you gave it at a proper time. I made you my guardians, the keepers of my power, but kept one condition, that I should be followed by such a number. What must I come to you with 25, Regan? Did you say so? I say it again, my lord. No more with me. Wicked still look almost fair when others are more wicked. Not being the worst is a kind of praise. Goneril, I will go with you. Your 50 are still twice 25, and you have twice her love. Hear me, my lord. Why do you need 25? Or 10? Or 5? Why should any follow you in a house where twice that many servants are commanded to attend you? Why need even 1? Oh, do not argue about need. Our poorest beggars have something unnecessary in their poorest possessions. If you allow nature no more than nature needs, a man's life is as cheap as a beast's. You are a lady. If warmth alone were luxury, then nature would not need the splendid clothes you wear, which scarcely keep you warm. But as for true need, you heavens, give me patience, the patience I need. You see me here, you gods, a poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it is you who stir these daughters' hearts against their father, do not make such a fool of me that I bear it meekly. Touch me with noble anger, and do not let women's weapons, drops of water, stain a man's cheeks. No, you unnatural hags, I will have such revenges on you both that all the world shall. I will do such things what they are yet, I do not know, but they shall be the terrors of the earth. You think I will weep? No, I will not weep. A storm and tempest break out. I have full cause to weep, but this heart shall break into 100,000 pieces before I weep. O fool, I shall go mad. Lear, Gloucester, Kent, in full exit. Let us go inside. There will be a storm. This house is small. The old man and his people cannot be properly lodged here. It is his own fault. He has thrown away his own peace, and must taste the result of his folly. For himself alone, I would gladly receive him, but not one follower. That is my intention too. Where is my Lord of Gloucester? Gloucester enters. He followed the old man out. He has returned. He is in a high rage. Where is he going? He calls for horses, but I do not know where he means to go. It is best to let him have his way. He guides himself. My lord, do not beg him in any way to stay. Alas, night is coming on, and the strong winds are raging fiercely. For many miles around, there is hardly even a bush for shelter. Oh, sir, wilful men must learn from the injuries they bring on themselves. Shut your doors. He is attended by a desperate train, and since they may provoke him, and since his ear is easily abused, wisdom tells us to be afraid. Shut your doors, my lord. It is a wild night. My Regan advises well. Coming out of the storm. They exit. Storm breaks over the heath, with thunder and lightning. Kent and a gentleman enter from different directions. Who is there besides this foul weather? One whose mind is like the weather, deeply unsettled. I know you. Where is the king? He is struggling against the angry elements. He orders the wind to blow the earth into the sea, or make the curled waves rise above the land, so that all things may change or end. He tears at his white hair, and the fierce blasts and blind rage seize it and make nothing of it. In his small world of human flesh, he tries to outface the battling wind and rain. On a night when even a bear with cubs would hide, when the lion and the hungry wolf keep themselves dry, he runs bareheaded and dares whatever will come to take everything. But who is with him? No one but the fool, who works to joke away the wounds that have struck his heart. Sir, I know you, and on the strength of that knowledge I dare trust you with a dear matter. There is division between Albany and Cornwall, though for now its face is hidden under mutual cunning. Like all great men set high by fortune, they have servants who seem loyal, yet serve as spies for France and report the state of our affairs. What has been observed in the Duke's secret quarrels and plotting, or in the harsh control they both have used against the old kind king, or in some deeper matter of which these are only outward signs, has brought this much to pass. From France a force is coming into this divided kingdom. Already, taking advantage of our negligence, they have gained quiet footing in some of our best ports, and are ready to raise their banner openly. Now, for you, if you dare trust my credit so far as to hurry to Dover, you will find people there who will thank you for giving a true account of the unnatural, maddening grief the king has cause to complain of. I am a gentleman by blood and breeding, and on sure knowledge I offer you this duty. I will speak further with you. No, do not. Prove that I am far more than my outward disguise. Open this purse and take what is in it. If you see Cordelia, as I do not doubt you will, show her this ring, and she will tell you who your companion is, though you do not know me yet. Shame on this storm. I will go seek the king. Give me your hand. Have you no more to say? Few words, but to the point, more important than all the rest. When we have found the king, you search that way, and I will search this. Whoever finds him first, call out to the other. They exit. Elsewhere on the heath, the storm continues. Lear and fool enter. Blow winds and split your cheeks. Rage blow. You torrents and hurricanes, pour down until you have drenched our steeples and drowned the weathercocks. You sulphurous fires, swift as thought, heralds of thunderbolts that split oak trees, scorch my white head. And you all, shaking thunder, strike flat the thick roundness of the world. Rake nature's molds, spill all the seeds at once that make ungrateful man. Oh, uncle, courtly flattery in a dry house is better than this rainwater outdoors. Good uncle, go inside and ask your daughter's blessing. This is a night that pities neither wise men nor fools. Rumble until you are satisfied. Spitfire. Pour rain. Rain, wind, thunder, and fire are not my daughters. I do not accuse you, elements of unkindness. I never gave you a kingdom or called you my children. You owe me no obedience, so let your horrible pleasure fall. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, despised old man. Yet I still call you servile ministers, because you join with two wicked daughters and wage your high-born battles against a head as old and white as this. Oh, it is foul. The man who has a house to put his head in has a good headpiece. The lower part that finds shelter before the head has any will make the head and its owner suffer. That is why beggars marry many. The man who puts his toe where his heart should be will cry out over a corn and lose his sleep. For there was never yet a beautiful woman who did not make faces in a mirror. No, I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing. Kent enters. Who is there? By Mary, here are Grace and a codpiece, a wise man and a fool. Alas, sir, are you here? Creatures that love the night do not love nights like this. The raging skies terrify even the wanderers of darkness and drive them back into their caves. Since I became a man, I do not remember ever hearing such sheets of fire, such bursts of dreadful thunder, such groans of roaring wind and rain. Human nature cannot bear the suffering or the fear. Let the great gods, who keep this dreadful turmoil over our heads, find out their enemies now. Tremble, you wretch who carries hidden crimes inside you, crimes justice has not whipped. Hide yourself, bloody-handed murderer. Hide, perjurer, hide, false show of virtue that masks incest. Shake to pieces, villain, who under cover of respectable appearance have plotted against another man's life. Closely shut up guilt, split open the coverings that conceal you, and cry out for mercy before these dreadful summoners. I am a man more sinned against than sinning. Alas, bareheaded. Gracious my lord, close by there is a hovel. It will give you some shelter against the tempest. Rest there while I return to that hard house, harder than the stones it is built from, which even just now, when I asked after you, refused to let me in. I will force from them what little courtesy they have. My mind begins to turn. Oh, my boy. How are you, my boy? Are you cold? I am cold myself. Where is this straw, my friend? The art of necessity is strange. It can make worthless things precious. Come your hovel. Poor fool and knave, one part of my heart is still sorry for you. He who has only a little tiny wit with hay, ho, the wind and the rain, must make himself content with the fortune that fits him, though the rain rains every day. True, boy. Come bring us to this hovel. Lear and Kent exit. This is a fine night to cool a courtesan. I will speak a prophecy before I go, when priests have more words than substance, when brewers spoil their malt with water, when nobles are taught by their tailors, when no heretics are burned except the suitors of loose women, when every lawsuit is judged rightly, when no squire is in debt and no poor knight is poor, when slanders no longer live on tongues, when cut-purses do not come into crowds, when usurers count their gold in the open field, and when pimps and whores build churches, then the realm of Albion will come to great confusion. Then comes the time, for whoever lives to see it, when walking will be done with feet. Merlin will make this prophecy, for I live before his time. The fool exits.
And there we pause again. Lear is out on the heath in the storm with only his fool and a disguised loyal servant, raging at the heavens and sheltering at last in a wretched hovel where he meets the disguised Edgar playing the madman. Two ruined men and a fool, in a storm, at the bottom of the world. Next time, in part 3, an act of cruelty so terrible it is hard to speak of, and the wandering of the blind and the mad. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.